Yo, I'm on my way to a place called Cuyahoga, Indiana. Not familiar with it. Leaving Columbus, Ohio. Just got through doing a goddamn wrestling match with my tarps because the wind is blowing so hard out here in Columbus that my tarps was kicking my ass. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. I don't know if any of y'all truckers out here that deal with tarps, the wind is the worst shit ever made when dealing with tarps. Like, period. Them motherfuckers was kicking my ass. I figured while I was on this drive, it's about a 5-hour drive, I would come in here and talk to y'all about some shit, right? I wanted to start by talking about the situation where we're seeing these white groups in different states. I posted up about one on Instagram yesterday and on my Facebook page. I've been posting more on my Facebook page. You want to follow me on either one, those links will be in the description box. This one was coming out of Pennsylvania. Well, you got white folk in full-blown military gear and shit, guns and shit, out there talking about give me liberty or give me COVID-19 or something to that effect. They got them a little hashtag. Now, of course, they're fighting for the right to open businesses back up, to get back out here in these streets. Many of us are looking at these white folks saying they're crazy. That's how black folk looking at them. Caves is crazy. But in my mind, I see it a little different. A couple things I see in this dynamic. One being that y'all have to understand who white people are. I don't know whether you've been studying the history of the caves across the entire world, but if you want to specify it to here in America, 3 caves don't get this shit fucked up incorporated, you have to understand what type people you're dealing with. White people are not the type of people who just gonna roll over. That's not who the fuck they are. That's not who they've been. We're talking about people who have always took arms up and fought for themselves against anything that they felt like the government was constraining their natural movement. And when I say natural movement, I use the word natural loosely. We're talking about the ability to get in your car, go up to the mall, go to the barbershop, go to the nail shops and things like that. Just movement in this reality, what would be natural movement in this reality. White people are not the ones that are going to sit by and just let listen to the government tell them to sit in the house. That's not who they are. That's not who they've been the whole time. When they feel like their rights are being infringed upon, they are going to ride. They're not similar to black people this way. Now, black people are a little bit different here. Well, I would say, almost diametrically opposed in the way we go about things. We'll sit in the house and pray. You see. Sit in the house, be scared, pray, and do silly shit like that. Now, there have been times where, you'll see throughout history where black people will march, essentially begging the government. The white folk ain't gonna beg the government. That's not what they're going to do. Because they feel like the government is supposed to do what the people want them to do. The way that the government was supposedly designed. They believe in that shit. And I think that ties into the mentality that they actually believe that they are, in fact, American citizens. They believe they're a part of this shit. So they believe when they ride, if they have to ride, that the government is going to fucking listen. This is not untrue. When large groups of white folk decide that they're mad about something, the government has no choice but to listen. They make up the majority of the people here in this nation. That's just how it is. Period. When they get in large groups and ride for something, shit gonna start changing. Shit's gonna start changing. Which leads me into my other point. One that I've tried to drive home to black people the whole time here that we've been here. I've been trying to drive this point home. When white people have an issue with something, when the caves get mad, they get out here and get active. Do they not? We're watching a prime example of it right now, happening right before your eyes. When they care about something, when they care about their rights being infringed upon, they're going to ride for whatever cause it is. From environmental changes to them being stuck in a damn house, being told to wear face masks, being told to practice social distancing. They like, fuck all of that. We gonna ride, right? Now, black people will argue with me that white people love them in a way that is, almost like white people love themselves. Black people will claim that white folk love them too. You'll hear all the time these arguments that black people will make that white people aren't all bad. To me, it's a ridiculous argument to make, because that's not the point when black people are talking about institutional racism. But other black people will come, capes are flapping in the motherfucking wind to save the cave. That's just a something that black people just do. And if you look at this thing realistically, you will see that the cave is not interested in saving you no matter what you're going through. They are not. They're not picking up arms and out here boycotting or riding against or marching against or holding signs against racism. It's not happening. There are not white organizations out here marching or protesting against racism on your behalf. It does not happen. Period. When white people care about something, they ride. The fact that they have not rode for y'all black folk mean that they don't give a fuck about you. It shows in their actions. Now, because black people's self-esteem is so very low, all white people have to do in order to gain our "they not all bad" defense, in order to be invited to cookouts and all this stupid shit that black people do on the behalf of the cave, all they have to do is tolerate black people, smile at black people, fuck black people, mate with black people, marry black people. That's it. That is all. Steal your culture, mimic your culture. To you, this is love. That's not how white people show their love. White people show their love by fighting. They always have. They stand up against a cause by fighting, picking up arms. Y'all can go back and look in history. When they tried to raise the taxes up on tea, these motherfuckers rode. On tea. Yeah. Y'all have heard of it. The Boston Tea Party, all that. They rode for raising taxes on tea. That's what white folk do when they give a fuck about something. They ride. They organize and they ride. They have not done that for black people. Period. They're riding right now for their right to decide on whether they want to take the chance to go out here and get COVID-19 or not. So you're seeing groups, white groups across the nation, saying fuck all that, because they care about being constrained by the government. Now y'all black folk gonna be mad, and y'all always get mad, but this is just the reality. Now, am I mad about the fact that white folk out here standing up for themselves or standing up for whatever they believe their rights are, whether it's stupid to me or not? I don't give a fuck what white folk doing. I don't give a fuck about what the cave's doing. What I care about is the perception that black people have of these caves. How y'all will come out here and defend these caves, stand up for these caves at all times. Talk about how they not all bad. Nobody gives a fuck if they all bad or not. What I do know is they're not out here riding for you. Those are facts. Even the cave themselves cannot dispute those facts. I had a cave hit me up the other day on my Instagram, send me a message talking about how we need to unify against corporations and against the deep state. Sent me a message about that. I gave him this example. I told him that it's odd that you asking me to join with you to fight against would-be capitalism, corporations, this oligarchy, this plutocracy, but y'all won't join with black people to fight against racism, though. And his response was, oh, that was the Jews. The Jews are the ones that are responsible for slavery. Because even white people will sit here and say stupid ass shit like that. It was the Jews. Like, that ain't white folk. And they'll try to use that to throw you off. Don't let them. Because I'm not talking about slavery, motherfucker. I'm talking about what's going on right now. Where are you at? Where are your people at? Are you calling to rally with them to fight against racism? Because if you're not calling to rally with your people to fight against racism, then you might as well not even fucking talk to me. We have nothing to discuss. That's my argument. That's what I charge white folk with. That's what I charge the cave with. That's how I am convicting them. Whether they had slaves or not, whether they was involved in the slave trade or not, oh, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You're not fighting against racism. Now y'all black folk too stupid and have too low self-esteem to see how idiotic you're being when you come out here and defend people who don't defend you. You don't understand how silly you look. How arrogant you make the caves when you do that. Because they know we ain't even got to fight for these motherfuckers. We ain't got to stand up for them. But they going to come out and cape for us. They going to cape for our decency. Cape for our morality. Make excuses for us. Because we smile at them and take their fucking money. Because we'll fuck a couple of them. We don't even have to say anything. We don't have to fight for them at all. They don't require us to fight for them. That's how they look at us. That's what they do. And we give them that power. Because we don't understand who white folk have been historically when they have an issue with something. They don't have an issue with you filling those prisons up. They're not standing around anywhere with guns, demanding anything of the government for targeting you in that prison system. They sit by on the sidelines, watching, happy in the position that they have that it's not them. That's who these people are, whether you like it or not. I don't think the white man and his mama, the caves and all DOC are dumb for standing up against the government, because black folk, quiet is kept. The only way to get this shit back together is to open everything up and let people go about their damn business. There is no other way. You're not going to hide from a virus unless you're waiting on a vaccine so you can line your ass up to go be vaccinated and possibly microchipped. Now, I know plenty of y'all are ignorant enough. That's what you're waiting on. I know that. You're waiting on that. But if they open everything up, please remember, because I'm tired of seeing stupid ass shit on my post about how, oh, the government just care about money. That's true. But what you care about, though? What have you shown that you care about? Money and vanity. That's it. That is all. The government does want to get this economy back rolling. That's what their mission is. It's a government. That's what they're going to be about. You don't require them to be about the people. You don't care about that. You tell us two woke motherfuckers to shut the hell up about racism and anything else about this government. You don't even want us to talk about it. All y'all ready to do is line up at some polls to get Donald Trump out of office. That's it. That's all. The government is going to conduct itself the way it is. It's going to want to get the economy back rolling. That's what it's going to want to do. Ain't nobody forcing you out the house. Sit your scared ass in the house. Stop projecting your fear. That's the thing that's pissing me off the most about this. Stop projecting. Everybody who's not scared ain't stupid. You being controlled by your fear, to me, is what's idiotic. I made a post on Facebook the other day where I posed the question as to, I wonder what society and what the news would have looked like if every time somebody contracted the flu and every time somebody died from the flu, that made national fucking headlines. What would it look like out here if that was national news? Now, of course, you can Google those numbers. You have to go look for those numbers. But what would my life have looked like if that was made to be national, red alert, urgent news? We'd have been in the goddamn house. We'd have been in the house. But since that doesn't make national, urgent news, the people who die from the flu, the people who die from pneumonia, and other forms of influenza, since COVID-19 is the one that getting the national news, that has changed the landscape of society, since it's the one they chose, it's the one everybody choosing to be scared of. And you don't even see how fucking dumb you are for it. You should have been in the house. You should have been wearing face masks if you believe in that stupid shit. If you think that's gonna save you. Face masks, gloves, social distancing. You should have been doing that. You waited for the government to tell you to be scared to start doing it. And these white folk, they done got tired of it. Give me liberty or give me COVID-19. That shit may sound dumb, but I've been there. Now, I said, of course, y'all said, y'all know I did the show. I say if he dies, he dies. Like, it just is what it is. Period. I'm not about to be scared. It's the same thing as give me liberty or give me the fucking flu. Same thing as give me liberty or give me pneumonia. Same thing as give me liberty or let me die in a fucking car accident. You don't choose not to drive. Now you driving with a goddamn face mask on when you're more likely to die in a damn car accident. I saw a very interesting post the other day too. Something that we talked about here. It says ever since this shit been locked down, the air has been cleaner. Ocean life, the post said the dolphins are moving, swimming closer inland because they don't have, people all up at the damn beach and shit. The environment is healthier because people are in the house. We don't even look at the fact that the human being has no benefit, does no benefit to this planet. It just is what it is. We talk about that here. Some people think I'm crazy for that. But it's just facts. There's no benefit for us being out here. Now the post was kind of saying, well, they're suggesting that we quarantine ourselves for a month every year in an effort to boost the environment. I don't think that's going to work, but it is very telling that the environment is better off with motherfuckers in the house, ain't it? We don't serve no purpose here, other than to fuck up the environment, of course, fuck up ecosystems. Now, of course, black people, I'm not saying that you're mainly the ones responsible for this. We know the caves are responsible for destroying and devastating ecosystems, full blown. But we take a part in the products. We take a part in how society works. So thus, we're guilty by association, if you will. Just got to be real about it. Got to be real about that. The societal landscape is changing out here. And black people, I need you to pay attention. I know you're scared. But you gonna stop projecting your damn fear on me. Stay off my pages with that scared shit. If you scared, take your punk ass to church and pray to your God. If they let your ass back in the church, I don't know. I seen in Georgia they open nail salons and hair salons, barbershops, gyms, opening all these things back up. We know that the lines will not be forming at the gyms. Quiet is kept. Won't be no line at the gym. But we know hair salons, nail salons, and barbershops gonna be packed and flooded. Y'all gonna be in there with masks on and shit. Acting out like that's gonna stop something. But it's gonna make you feel confident enough to go in there and get it in. It's selective fear. You still up at the Walmart, you still up at the Target, you still up at the Costco. But you don't want society to go back to everything being open. That's the only way, y'all. That's the only way. And white people may be being dumb to y'all going about it the way they're going about it. But that's the only way, and I've been said that shit. Period. Let the people that's scared stay in the damn house. That's less traffic out here in these streets for us to get to where we need to go any damn way. Truck drivers, can you feel me? It's a little less traffic out here for us anyway. A little less people out here dying from car accidents, since y'all don't care nothing about that, of course. It ain't made you drive like you got no damn sense yet. You're still in a rush to get nowhere, regardless. Dying every single day. But you don't care about that. Still getting drunk as hell driving. You don't care about that either. But COVID gonna keep you in the house. And that's fine. But if you're scared, take your punk ass to church. That's really all it is to it. They need to go ahead and open everything back up. Let the people that's scared stay in the damn house. That's what they're gonna do. Now some of y'all that's scared, your job gonna be like, oh no, bring your ass on up here. And you gonna take your ass on to work. Because guess what? You're gonna be scared to lose that damn job. So you can say the government is about money, but the government's facilitated a society to where that's what everybody has to be about in order to make it out here. And we're not demanding that the government do anything different. So if you're not going to demand that the government do anything different, if you're not going to demand that this government stop working you like a damn, like a slave, and I use that term loosely, working you like a new slave, a wage slave, if you're not going to demand it of society, your job going to be telling you to bring your ass to work, and you're going to put your life on the line to take your ass to work. I guarantee it. So y'all can be talking all this shit you want to talk, but as soon as your job tell you to bring your ass to work, you're not going to have the resolve to not go to work. You're not. We don't stand up for ourselves like that. That's not what working class people do. These is facts. But understand, as you look out here in this world, black people, see where you are. You should be able to tell who the fuck loves you by now. Some of y'all like to still act confused. The caves don't love you. They don't. They don't give a damn about you. Or they will be fighting for you. Know that. Understand that. And pay attention. But that's all the fuck I wanted to say on this one. I really appreciate everybody who made it to this point. All the support, all the people that's hitting me up. Mad love to you. You motherfuckers are gonna be leaving your scary ass comments about how you think it's too soon. Nobody's coming to make you leave your house. Your job gonna make you leave. And you're going to. So, you might as well just shut the hell up. Put on your little mask and get your ass back out here in these streets. And stop fear-mongering. I'm tired of seeing these stupid-ass comments. Black first, second, and third. Shout out Team Rob. Y'all already know what the fuck it is. I'm out.